So back in the 1950s, anthropologists began putting together a database called the Ethnographic Atlas, which contains over 1,200 different societies. So it's and there's societies from all different continents, basically all the places where anthropologists had collected data. Yeah, but even if you look at hunter-gatherer societies, so 90% of hunter-gatherer societies allow prestigious men to take additional wives, and they don't typically take many, but they might have 2 or 3. Very rarely do you see more than 4 wives in hunter-gatherer societies. That's what evolutionary biologists have argued, that if you give females the choice, and there's high inequality among men, say in wealth, it would be fitness maximizing for them to allocate according to the available resources. So if you have a choice between being the second wife of a guy who's 3 times richer than your number 2 choice, then that's an easy choice. There's things with paternal investment and stuff, because there's only one male and he can only do so much paternal investment. But if resources are the critical thing, having enough food, say, then that logic makes sense. But what it does do is that it'll inevitably create a pool of low status unmarried men if there's too much polygyny. And those are the guys who cause problems, because they're faced with possibly being zeros in the evolutionary race. And so they are willing to take big risks in order to catapult themselves up the status hierarchy and have a chance to get into the marriage and mating market. Societies have had that. So places where the elite, in the Inca Empire, Aztec Empire, the elites all maintained large harems. And so if you look at the early descriptions from the friars, for example, that showed up in the Aztec Empire, they talked about how your average Indian, average Aztec man had trouble finding a wife because the elites had basically taken all the available women. Yeah, so this is this idea that when because males and humans tend to have one male and one female, you can end up with this huge pool of males when the elite males take all the women as wives.